And we're back now. Today, I want to talk about chlorogenic acids. And why do I want to talk about chlorogenic acids? Most of us are struggling with diabetes, insulin resistance, weight gain, inflammation, oxidative stress, heart problems, and all of the things that link to that. And there's one natural component that has been gaining worldwide recognition through medications, and well, we're going to get to that part. Sorry, I skipped ahead. But chlorogenic acids can really help a lot of those things. So I want to talk a little bit about why chlorogenic acids are working. And I just realized on my other side I have two cameras going. I don't know how that happened, but we do. Anyway, I want to talk about why chlorogenic acids are working for things like inflammation, oxidative stress, insulin resistance, and all of that, so you can better understand why this is happening. Before I get moving, I just had a thought as I was hopping on. And that thought is, we've all been taught wrong. We're all so focused on what we need to take out, what we're doing wrong, and what we've got to pare down in order to get our health back, that we've totally skipped over the part about what we need to put back in. Maybe it's not just that we're getting in the wrong things. Maybe it's not we're not getting in enough of the right things. I talk about this a lot on the live stream about how our food is imperfect and it's causing us to be sick. And that's exactly what the protocol I'm going to talk about does, is it puts what's missing back in. So if we start to focus simply on what is it that we're missing, why are we deficient in things that are causing us to be insulin resistant, we can maybe start to get better. Because we're certainly not deficient in medications. That's not, nobody was born with a medication deficiency that they need to, you know, cure this, diabetes type 2, obesity, and whatnot. So let's talk about what's missing today. And one of those things is some natural vitamins, minerals, and whatnot. One of the problems I had, and I think that many of you might have suffered with this too, is I spent so much time running around looking at all of these things. People will tell you Burberry, they will tell you magnesium, they will tell you all kinds of different things that you should be doing. And all of a sudden, I'm a spreadsheet person, I'm doing my reports. I have a huge spreadsheet in my fridge, all these supplements that I have to take in order to manage my insulin resistance. I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. So all of the things you hear everybody else say, I did all of it, and it really wasn't moving the needle on my illnesses until I found this protocol that we're gonna talk about today. Today, I'm gonna talk a lot about the tea, because chlorogenic acids are one of the main components of the tea that's doing a lot of benefit. There's a reason why we're drinking 2 of these teas in a day. Not only is it healthy for us in all of the vitamins and minerals it gives us, it's gonna give us all of these benefits we're gonna talk about right now. So chlorogenic acids are just a natural component that are found in things like the tea that I drink every morning. Where is my tea? It got pushed to the side and that's not the place for it. Okay. So let's go over some of the benefits real quick. And what I will do this week is I will sit down and I will make some, or this weekend to this weekend, make a video of each one of these and then I'll put them up. I know I've been planning to do that for a while. It's been hectic. We'll get that done. So chlorogenic acids are really powerful compounds that are found in various plants, including coffee beans. So you're going to hear a lot about chlorogenic acids in green coffee beans. We'll talk about that in a minute too, so hang out. But they um, have been studied extensively for their health benefits, and when they're found in a convenient, easy to use form like I drink, it makes it really easy to get them in. So the top 13 benefits of chlorogenic acids. We'll go through these kind of quickly, and then if we have questions, if anybody has questions, please ask. I love to answer questions. So one of the biggest benefits of chlorogenic acids for me is that it helps support healthy blood pressure. This is actually how I believe I got my blood pressure under control. Tossed those medications that doctors were struggling with trying to get my blood pressure figured out for years. It's now normal. And I'm not on any medications. So chlorogenic acids are one of the biggest ways I got my blood pressure under control. Does it happen overnight? No. It takes time. It took years for me to get that high blood pressure. It took me about a year to get under control fully, but here I am 3 years later with it still under control. So it does this by helping your blood vessels. and your heart. Now, it also helps you with glucose metabolism. When we have diabetes, when we have a number of problems from inflammation, neuropathy, poor eyesight, hair falling out, all of that stuff is linked to poor glucose metabolism we have. We have poor glucose metabolism because we've got too much. But there's the caveat, right? There's the one thing. The one thing that we do need to pay attention to keeping at bay in our diet is the amount of sugar that we're eating. Okay. So, but what we need to do now that we're in this state where our body just doesn't know how to address the sugar, we need to help our body relearn how to address sugar. And chlorogenic acids do that in your body. So they help with glucose homeostasis, reducing intestinal glucose absorption, reducing the amount of sugar that's absorbing into your intestine, and the liver glucose output, which then supports healthy blood sugar levels. So you're not getting these big spikes and dips in your blood sugars. Bottom line, what it's doing, chlorogenic acids, right? You're going to hear a lot about chlorogenic acids all over the place. Good morning, Karen, chosen by God. I love your name. Good morning. Bless you this morning. So one of the other things that I think everybody is struggling with, I get messages from people about this all the time, is weight. So in influencing that glucose and fat metabolism, these chlorogenic acids can aid in weight management by promoting you burning fat over burning sugar. That's crazy. What else have you ever heard of that helps you, besides intermittent fasting or ketosis, helps you to promote that you're utilizing fat instead of all this excess sugar while reducing the amount of sugar that goes into your body? This is chlorogenic acids. They do a lot of really good things. I still sounded like a couple of people that are public figures that I hate to listen to because they sound like rambling twits. Okay, so they also enhance brain function. This was one of the first things that I noticed was my brain function, my mental clarity, my mental energy came back right away within just a few days of starting to drink this tea that I'm going to talk about. So they support cognitive functions like memory and attention, and can potentially help with neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and a number of others that I talk about regularly. They also boost mood and well-being, helping you just feel better, happier throughout the day. So there was a study on the tea that I drink, and in 30 days, this short study, a small group of people who just added this to their day started noticing better moods. They were happier throughout the day. By 70%, it increased their mood in 1 month. That's crazy. And it's really good because it's helping build your body up instead of tearing it down while we're getting this mood boost, the weight management, the glucose control, and the heart healthy components to it. But then on top of all of that, you'll hear me talk about antioxidants and anti-inflammatories in this tea. So these antioxidants exhibit strong effects that reduce oxidative stress in your cells, protecting your cells from further damage. So think about aging, think about inflammation, think about other diseases that can come along as your cells are stressed. So this helps reduce that cellular stress from oxidation. So inflammatory effects, this anti-inflammatories in this help you with chronic disease prevention. So most chronic diseases are very highly linked to inflammation. So wouldn't it make sense that if we address the inflammation, we can address the disease? And that's what we really should be looking at. So we have all of those, but there's a couple more. So I talked a little bit about blood pressure, right? Well, by affecting the way the innermost layer of your blood vessels act and are built as they're under attack from insulin resistance and excess glucose, now we start to reverse that and allow those blood vessels to have normal activity, which helps your heart, reduces the risk for cardiovascular disease, and helps lower cholesterol levels, preventing atherosclerosis. Again, we're talking about chlorogenic acids. We're talking about one thing that's doing all of this stuff. So have I mentioned anything in this so far that any of you guys have been like, wow, I didn't know that. This is crazy. I didn't know that there was one thing that could do all of this for me because I didn't know this either. Okay. When I started, I had no idea. But then I've done many talks on the brain and how insulin resistance affects the brain. Well, one of the big weapons, chlorogenic acid, protects dopamine or the dopaminergic, I can never say it right, neurons, enhance and that enhances your brain cell survival. So instead of brain cells dying off, instead of this dysregulation of dopamine in the brain, chlorogenic acids can actually help start to balance that out. And that to me is just freaking amazing that we have this mental effect, not only protecting us from a breakdown of our brain, but allowing our brain cells to survive and thrive longer. And not everything gets to the brain to allow this, but chlorogenic acids do. So they have an antimicrobial activity as well. That's crazy. So just by drinking the tea, it inhibits the harmful bacterial growth that helps you against infections, which would explain why I have far less infections, think viral infections even, than the people around me who are not drinking the tea. So just a quick story, if we can pause for that. 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I was in a household that had there was 5 of us in that household. 4 of them came down with COVID and were very, very ill. I went and got tested just to be sure. I'm the only person in that household who did not get COVID, and I was drinking the tea every day religiously. And I didn't understand at first. The more I learned, the more I'm understanding that it's not just the um, anti-inflammatory effects, but it's and the gut buildup in the gut that microbiome that's getting healthier in my gut. It's this antimicrobial effect that's present in chlorogenic acids and present in the tea. So, wanna stave off getting that winter flu and the cold, all the stuff that is plaguing everybody, and you wanna just stay healthier and on par more, think about chlorogenic acids, okay? Thank you for all the loves, Terry. Love you, thank you for that. And I see everybody who's popping in. I'm sorry, I get really on track with what I'm talking about, but I see everyone coming in, and I appreciate you. Okay, so this is one that, I see this every time I talk about the C word cancer, not COVID cancer, 'cause I said, "Don't talk about it," but I can't not talk about it. It is not going I'm not gonna make a claim that this is going to prevent cancer or cure cancer, but it does have the potential to prevent by, inhibiting tumor growth through the chlorogenic acids. They can do that, and I think that's one powerful video that I really need to do, even though I'm so scared of the word. The chlorogenic acids can help prevent those cancers from even growing, especially when we have a diet that's so laden with sugars. Okay, skin health. My skin is better now at 60 than it was at 54, and it's because and I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix this. There's a reverb uh, on my live stream over on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll have it fixed by tomorrow. Okay. So they, by reducing that oxidation and oxidative damage that happens, it helps your skin look better, feel better, be less wrinkled, have less of the problems that go on, acne and whatnot. So chlorogenic acids actually help with better looking skin. Crazy. So we've gotten a better heart health, we've gotten more immunity, we've gotten weight loss, we've gotten better blood sugar regulation, we've gotten better moods and better mental health, and all of it from one component in this tea. There's others, and we'll talk about those another day. But this last one I wanted to talk about GLP-1. So it's the big thing out there. How many of you guys have heard about GLP-1s? And do you know what a GLP-1 is? Anybody? Just put a 1 in the chat if you know what a GLP-1 is. And there's no shaking here because, like, honestly, you guys, I started researching a lot of this stuff. I did. My voice is breaking up so bad you hear every other word. Let me stop and see if I can fix that because I want you to get this information. And if you're not getting it, that means it's just not, um, ending up right. So let's see if we can pause this and um, okay. All right. Alisa, is it any better now? I think that when my computer crashes, I think that it's trying to grab sound from a couple of different places. So I apologize. I didn't realize that was happening until we were already online, and I will strive to get it fixed. Yep, it's still doing it. So let's see if I can fix it. I don't know if I can. I might have to wait until I come back on. Let's just shut this down. I'm just